Well, I never thought this would happen, but the Darrell Brooks update. Of course, let's lower our expectations. Before we start, it's important for me to tell you that three things. Number one, press like, subscribe if you haven't done so. It helps with the algorithm. Number two, if you wanted to do more, you have options in the description below. And number three, if you're new here, I'm Alistair Andekio, and this is just my point of view. Let's get going. Okay, so it's been forever since I looked into this guy. I have forgotten the minute details regarding him because I remove all my notes. I'm actually kind of blind. The case coming in May is regards to the domestic situation with Erika Patterson, but maybe you don't know, maybe you didn't know, sorry. So let's all refresh our memories a little bit.
So we are here for a status. The last time the case was in court, it was handled by Judge Feist for us. We were in the middle of a trial, and there were some movement issues. So Judge Feist handled it for us. At that time, it was set for a final pretrial. He adjourned the jury trial that was scheduled for December 12th and set it at the request of the parties for a status on today's date. Mr. Rakestraw, what can you tell me about that status and where we stand today?
Yes, Your Honor. Having spoke with Mr. Brooks, we have reached out to Attorney Torbenson and asked for a separate offer on this matter. My understanding, Attorney Torbenson is going to get that to me forthwith. Your Honor, me and Mr. Brooks have also discussed the possibility that Mr. Brooks will possibly be asking to proceed pro se if this case goes to trial, but we can table that for the time being as we are still seeking a possible resolution. Your Honor, I would ask for another status date so that we can work forward.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to know. As you heard, Brooks said that he is highly considering representing himself with this case. Now, let me fast forward to what the judge says about that. So before I get my commentary, let's go over this.
And as far as that issue, the request to proceed pro se, I think that probably it sounds as if you are negotiating actively on his behalf, and he's not requesting this at this point, but only if it goes to trial. So we will, I withhold any argument or any further action.
Okay, so I did hear this right. So he was very forthright. He was very honest at the fact that, hey, I'm thinking about representing myself if it goes to trial. Now, to me, it could mean two things. Either if they don't come into an agreement with the prosecution in regards to the domestic violence situation, then he will choose to go and represent himself. If they come to an understanding, I'm going to assume based on what he or his lawyer request and whatnot, then he'll choose not to represent himself. Now, if I understand this man, which I understand him very well, he's going to pick demands that are most likely not going to be reasonable. So chances are they're not going to be accepted by the state. So most likely it's going to end up to be him representing himself. But the question here is, right, why wouldn't he? Let me remind you again how effective the delay tactic was when he decided to represent himself. Here, let's watch this.
He wants to represent himself in court.
That change is coming less than 2 weeks from when Darrell Brooks' trial is scheduled to begin.
New at 5, Katie Crowther explains what it means for the case, and she has reaction from the community.
Darrell Brooks, the defense attorneys he doesn't want anymore, and the prosecution are all set to be back here in court this Tuesday. That's when Judge Darrell will decide whether to allow Brooks to represent himself. This very well could delay the start of his trial, which is supposed to start October 3rd. People in Waukesha are disgusted.
And it's just going to drag things on for all these people and keep the wounds that are already massive open for much longer than they have to be.
The attorneys involved are not talking. Survivors and families who lost loved ones in the parade attack have been advised not to speak publicly until the trial is over because so much is in question and at stake. But they all tell me this latest move by Brooks is beyond frustrating. Downtown Waukesha business owners are speaking up in their honor.
It's so unfair. I don't think that he really realizes what he did to a lot of these people and families.
I understand he has rights, but what about the people that he injured and killed? Delaying it any longer is not good for anybody.
Lynn Gaffey's Almont Gallery.
Yeah. So him deciding to represent himself pushed the trial date so much further. But listen, I'm telling you, he's an expert at delaying stuff. Watch this. And I think we can all remember this moment.
Mr. Brooks, I'll turn it over to you then. This is your opportunity to address the court. What, if anything, would you like to say, sir?
I do have a lot to say. I'm gonna like to stand up if I may.
Go ahead.
It's emotional. I apologize for taking so long. I want to start first by giving glory to God. I believe in Jesus Christ wholeheartedly. I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. I believe that he was sent here by the Father to die for all of our sins, everybody. Everybody in this courtroom today, everyone walking this planet, mostly for those of us who will believe. I believe that he was crucified on the cross at Calvary. He shed his blood on that cross, and he died, and he was buried, and that he rose again after 3 days to glory. Took his glorious place at the right hand of the Father. The Bible says that he was exalted, given a name that is above all names, so that at the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow in heaven, on earth, and under the earth, and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. And it's not just something that I was taught by my family. It's something I believe in my heart. I just want to clarify one thing. A lot of references was made to one of the things I said regarding my conscience being clear. And having the time to think about it last night and to understand
So it took him literally 4 minutes to say absolutely nothing. But again, do you remember where we were when we watched this together? This is 2 hours long that he took of our lives. And I remember I started dancing during the live and I went to get some snacks. It was just complete bananas. And but anyway, so the whole point of me showing this small snippet is to give you he has an ability to delay. So to bring it back into context, this trial in May is going to be absolutely delayed. And if you don't think that he's going to go represent himself, hold on, I got something in my eye. Oh my God. If you don't think that he's not going to represent himself in May, you're absolutely wrong. He will. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? And come to find out that from today until May, he's not really at Dodge, so to speak. I think he's at the county jail or whatnot. Like he's not permanently parked where he's supposed to be. He has nothing to lose. He's enjoying the fact that he gets to get out, go out to the club. The club is the precinct. He's going to the club, hi to his friends, see the sunlight. He is enjoying and reveling in that fact. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the court date, this new court date. Let's talk about this new court date.
The man convicted of killing 6 people and injuring dozens more in the Waukesha Christmas parade attack is headed back to trial, this time for crimes he's charged with in Milwaukee County. Darrell Brooks is accused of running over the mother of his children just weeks before the parade attack in November of 2021. He also faces charges in Milwaukee of witness intimidation, intimidating a victim, and bail jumping. The trial is set for May. Brooks is currently serving 6 life sentences for the parade attack. And last year in Milwaukee County Court, a judge sentenced him to another 2 years behind bars after he pleaded guilty to carrying a firearm as a convicted felon in 2020 when prosecutors charged him with shooting at his own nephew.
So the importance here in regards to the charge where he was sentenced to 2 years for possession of firearms. Remember, that was a plea deal that I guess him and his lawyers got discussed. I was looking for the right word. If you're wondering I'm not having a seizure. If you're wondering what's going on, no, a lot going on in my head, and I'm fighting the clock. It's almost 4:30, and I have to pick up my daughters very soon. But no, what I'm trying to say here is that he has grown accustomed, and he has grown cojones at the idea. It's only in his head that, oh yeah, I'm pulling the strings. I didn't agree to what the prosecution wanted. I agreed to my own deal. And so he is going into May with the confidence, false confidence I might add, because it's all in his head, that he has some sort of pool, that he is smart-ish, and then he is trying in his head, because he's never going to get out of prison, but in his mind, he's trying to get a last word on everybody who ratted on him, including his nephew, and of course, Erika Patterson. So in his mind, he got a win against his nephew. Ha 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 ha. I almost killed you. I can say that, right? I almost killed you, but I didn't get charged for it. So in May, it's Erika Patterson's turn, where he's going to be, or try to go, ha ha ha, I did this to you, but look what I got away with, right? It's a sick, demented way to get the last word. Speaking of Erika Patterson, let's talk really quick about Erika Patterson. Okay, so I'm going to be very quick on this segment, because I think it's important for me to reiterate the importance of being self-aware enough to think before you speak when you are addressing a situation that involves a victim. And so I say this because, yes, victim shaming is real. And yes, there is a fine line and there is a difference or a distinction between victim shaming and / well, that's your fault, you shouldn't have done that again. There is. But most of us are not equipped to really tell the difference. And most of us are not equipped to speak as if we know better. Not even me. And I'm the king of what? I'm a soothsayer. I'm the king of guessing people's opinion. I am. But there's one area where you will always get it wrong, is if someone is a victim, they're not thinking correctly. And even long after they're gone from their abusers, they're not thinking correctly. Prolonged exposure to Stockholm Syndrome changes the chemistry and the structure of your brain. It affects the neurological connections, literally, of your frontal lobe. You are literally a different person. I don't know how else to explain this. So even if you take the context and you put it into someone else's past, they'll be different. I don't know how more to explain this. I'm going to do some serious editing. Because the words are not coming correctly. All right. Okay, so I hope I make myself very clear, because as I was doing a very quick operating flow of this, and I'm not going to name names, there was a lot of chatter in regards to, like, why is she going to go and face him in person? Why isn't she doing it through Zoom? Why is she not doing this remotely? Why? Truthfully, you're gonna break your head trying to think of a why. There's no why. Nobody thinks the same, and so it's important that you take in consideration what her circumstances are and is. Another thing also that I was seeing a lot is, making fun of her in terms of her finances. I was mortified. I was like, what? The editing would be insane on this segment. Oh, yeah, no, I'm editing like crazy. Look, I'll be honest with you, I'm editing like crazy. Only because, we'll see how it turns out on the editing stuff. But yeah, anyway, I was mortified at some of the comments and some of the suggestions, and how she didn't make good use of her 15 minutes of fame. And and how but you know what do we expect from the internet? Editing. Time. Oh God, I gotta go. So at the end of the day, Erika Patterson, if you watch this, Erika, I'm gonna wink at you. Wink. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just do the best you can with what you got. That's it. Okay, final thought. But before I get my final thought, let me just clarify one important thing here. So if you got to this point, thank you. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Now, that being said, let's go to my final thought. My final thought is this. When May is going to happen, he's going to delay. Guaranteed. May is going to come up. He's going to show up in court in person because he needs to get out. So he's going to show up in court in person, get the feel of what's going on, disagree with almost anything that's going to happen. He's going to find a way, and then delay that date. And then that's going to be pushed back to another date. He's going to push it back as far as possible until they tell him no. Then, once he is told no, you can't push it back any further, he's going to he's going to go to trial, right? Trial date. And he mentioned to us earlier that if it goes to trial without a deal, then he's going to represent himself pro se. So, by the end of this year, he's going to go pro se because he wants to see Erika Patterson. And yeah. Now, as far as she goes in terms of if she wants to face him or not, it's totally up to her. I think it's not our place to dictate what she should do. First of all, it's a waste of resources, intellectual resources. It's her life. And as much as we want to root for her, it's still her life. And so if she wants to go and face him in person, great. If she wants to do it through Zoom, great. But I can tell you this, if he finds out that she is only going to do this through Zoom and he won't get the same effect, I don't think he's going to go pro se. I think he's going to surrender and have his lawyer do the thing. And this will be very quick. But if she chooses to go in person, we'll be in for the trial of the century, because he would enjoy that a lot more than the Waukesha parade, because he didn't care about the Waukesha people. And furthermore, he will have the experience of the Waukesha situation, and he wasn't coming there acting more loyal-like and flaring and enjoying every second of it. Yeah. And he would showcases how much he drinks. He would put her in a bad light because that's what he does. Anyway, let's go to my Let's Talk. Welcome to my Let's Talk. This is where I take off my jacket, talk to you a little bit more. Listen, I have to talk to you literally like 5 minutes. It's 4:35 p.m. I have to go pick up my daughter. The queen needs to be picked up. Can I tell you something? So I came down, by the way, I did pre-recorded content last week. That's why I didn't post. Yes, I'm trying to be ahead of the curve. And I'm single parenting all week, by the way. So I do have to go pick up my kid because, she misses me. She loves me. But anyway, so the next video that's coming, because it's scheduled, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. That's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that, no, I was going to go and do some more pre-recorded content. And then I came upon this thing when I was like, hey, the trial for Darrell Brooks is in May. I was like, oh my God. Okay, forget that. Let me go down here and do something. So I pushed back the video that was due for today. And I pushed it back for, you guessed it, next week. Because you should see this tomorrow. Yes, this should be easy to edit. But you should see this tomorrow. Tomorrow as in Thursday. That's really funny. And then, but next week, the next content is going to be about the migrants in New York City because they've been arrested and they've been charged. It's been progressed. I've been following that story, but it's progressed, and so that's the next one coming up. I got a kid. You know what's funny? Someone said to me, not to the YouTuber, like in real life, it's like, just because you have a kid doesn't mean like your life ends. You have no idea. Listen, and I'll be honest with you. I'll be super honest with you, this one. If someone told me what my life would be like with my kid today, I probably would reconsider it. Oh my God, how could you say that? No. I love my daughter to death. But the disruption it caused such a gigantic disruption in our lives. Disruption is like, I can't even describe to you. You know what? That it's undescribable how disruptive my whole life has been. It's disrupted my sex life. Yes, I'm married, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and we didn't even carry it and push it, but it disrupted. Like it's very hard to get down and dirty. You have to like, all right, let's do it. Like you have to really just like, okay, all right, are you ready? Yeah, all right, let's just get over it. Like you have to do it. Like you feel good afterwards, but like the action of getting to it, so exhausting. It disrupted my work life, my professional life. I think I told you, that's because of the YouTubing, but because of the YouTubing, I've lost a very, very important and expensive contract. They fired me. I was fired. I was absolutely fired with no hopes of anything at all. Not only was I fired, I was like banned. Like banned, not officially, but nobody replied to my email. Nobody cares. Nobody wants me. I was thrown in the trash. They were like this. Bye. Ooh, too far. I can't even pick that up. I was just completely thrown out the door. And I was like, oh, no. I got bills to pay. So I had to really put that, because I couldn't lose anyway. No, baby, it's so disruptive to any aspect of our lives. I can't work out. I eat like crap. I do my best to hold everything together, but I feel like everything is coming apart. I can't get anything, like it's not the same. The house is a mess, but it's okay. It's okay. I absolutely love my daughter. There's not question about that, but the reality of it is it's so disruptive. If I had a preview of what my life would be like, I'd be like, it's okay. I think I'll skip on the kids. Yeah. Chances are that's why we won't have a second kid, even though it's been like, in a works sort of kind of, but I can't take another kid. Are you crazy? Another kid? I will be a stay-at-home dad, which I can't even afford. No, I'm too young to be a stay-at-home dad. I feel like, and this is my opinion, 2 legs, 2 hands, and a brain. No, I have to work. I have to do something. Do you want to buy this for 1 penny? Sure. I have to do something. That's just how my brain is. I would drive myself insane by just taking care of kids and being home. But that's just me. I know everybody's different. And stay-at-home parent is a lot of work. 2 minutes. A lot of work. Anyway, look, Darrell Brooks. What an interesting story, right? you would even feel it in my attitude. Like, I think even at some point, oh wow, oh that's awesome, that's awesome. For the new guys, I have my phone in mirror mode because I need to follow what's going on in my life, and so sometimes I get important text messages that I can't undo. Anyway, last thing, and then I have to go. Do you know what was very cool about this doing the Darrell Brooks video at this time? The very cool thing is, let me show you the jacket I'm wearing for my little daughter. It's not cold, it's very wet. I'm taking this off, by the way, because I'm going to the daycare and I need to look somewhat not like a hussy. No, what am I doing? Sorry. You know, it really made me feel nostalgic. Like the thank you video I made. You guys, it made me feel very nostalgic. I remember those days. And, part of me feels really bad that, some people fell off, they drop off because they felt that I was aloof. I get it. Or they felt that I was like inconsiderate. I understand. I understand why they might have felt like that. But it was such a good time. And I miss those times. I miss those times. I miss how much fun it was. I'm telling you, like, if this happened to me in another lifetime, let's see. Well, I need to be financially sound. So if it happened to me when I was 27, there was no kids. I was in a relationship, sure, but it was no kids and a lot of time. Yeah, this would have been really fun. But I'm a parent. I'm a grown up. And I have a small operation, but my operation requires a lot of brain power and time. And I miss it. And everything changed when I got fired from that contract because it was such a big contract. Like, you don't understand. The budget needed to be rearranged. I needed to be like, all right, well, household budget, we got to have a financial meeting, family. Yeah. I'll still get it together. Because YouTube doesn't pay the bills. Oh, please. YouTube, it truly is just, like, I love it. Because I love you. I can't believe I said that. How creepy. It's creepy. Time, oh God. I used to think, because I used to be, before YouTube, I'd be like, oh, people who say I love you, it's so creepy. No. I totally understand now. I love you. But I love my family and my daughter and my Oh, can I even say that? Yes, I can. Okay, goodbye. I have to pick up the kid. You see this tomorrow on Thursday. I love you for watching. Goodbye.